Good morning, and how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. Yep, you can see Ruby in the background there, ready to go for a bike ride. She's taken up residence in here instead of my hallway, just so that we can have a clear hallway for a while. But it's been raining the last couple of days, so I haven't managed to get out on her, but I will soon. Anyway, let's get a move on. What am I talking about today? I'm popping on here today just to show you a couple of things that I've sort of added to my tarot collection. And 4 items are homemade, and I'm really quite happy with them. I'm going to show you them first. I have 3 beautiful tarot pouches made by my wonderful sister, who is an absolute gem and is a whiz when it comes to crocheting. So here's the first tarot pouch, and we have beautiful wooden heart-shaped buttons on here that were sewn on by my mum. So in this tarot pouch I am housing my Mildred Payne Seance edition of the Secret Pocket Oracle, and also the little mini version. They fit in there perfectly together. There you go, no struggle to get them in or out. The two of them sit absolutely beautiful in there. It's ideal for the 2 decks. I'm absolutely pleased with it. So this was the first pouch. These came about, I visited Wales, and we went to the mill, the place called Abercarn in Mostyn. And I love going there, looking at materials, looking at all the things, you know, the wools, the cottons, the needles, the patterns. But you see, I'm not very crafty when it comes all to that. I like to think I am, but I'm not. I'm crafty when it sort of comes to painting and gluing and making, but not when it comes to anything that involves sewing, crocheting, knitting, etc. But my sister and mum are. But I love going all the same. So I thought, right, I'm going to get myself a crochet hook. I already have several, but I was there in Wales. I hadn't taken mine with me. I thought, I'm going to get myself a crochet hook and some crocheting cottons and try to make myself some tarot pouches. Anyway, my sister came down to the house, saw what I was doing. I was making a pig's ear of the crocheting. So I said, there you go, you can have the wools or the crocheting cottons, and there's my crochet hook, you can keep them. And she made me this with the red. She made me this beautiful, this is like a teal colour. It looks very blue in the light there. I'm trying to get it so you can see the actual proper colour. It's like a greeny sort of teal colour. I don't know why the camera picks it up as blue. In here, I've got my plastic CS tarot, black crackleback, and it's the plastic deck. And I'll keep this out because we're going to do a comparison with the other plastic tarot deck I have. So that lives in this one. Now this one ties to wrap around. It has a tie, but it's got a nice area for 3-card pulls if you're travelling. You know, you can just put a small spread on them. So that is, and it's a different stitch as well, which is lovely. And the third one is this mustard coloured one. Now at the moment, this I've got a mini deck keeping this tarot pouch company. Again, we've got a different stitch again, and it's a wrap around. The lovely area to read cards on. I've got my mini CS and a little reading cloth. Now, when I'm waiting for a deck's arrival, and it's my there's 2 actually, and it's the Deviant Moon Paradoxical, and it's going to go into one of these into one of these pouches. The other homemade thing is one thing I actually did create myself, and I bought some lovely material. I bought this red velvety material. It's a nice like sort of crushed velvet, and then this feels very suede-y. It's very cosmic looking, and this is a reading cloth that I've sewn for myself, double-sided, so it's quite a nice big one. There you go. Oops. And there we are. So those are my homemade items that I've added to my tarot collection, and am I pleased with them? Yes, I'm really pleased with them. I'm happy to have made this, although albeit it's only sewn 2 squares of material together. The fact I even cut it out straight or near as is a miracle. and of course the pouches. Yesterday, I'm very lucky to have my mum over. She's managed to come and stay with me. With lockdown, it's a long time since we've seen each other, so it was great to bring mum home with me. And we went to a bookshop yesterday, and we both purchased a book, and this is one that I came across. It's the best-selling author of The Keeper of Lost Things. Okay, so that's a book I want to get and have a look, because I just like the cover. It's very quirky as well. It's not the only reason I bought the book, of course. But this is a book by Ruth Hogan. It was the Sunday Times bestseller, and it's called Madame Barova. And with liking tarot and everything else, this is a lovely addition to have to anything tarot-y, to your book collection, whether it's literature. You know, when you sort of get involved in tarot, anything to do with it, it's very, very interesting, very quirky, and you like to add different things to your collection. And this is going towards my tarot, well, not my tarot library, my literature library in general. So nothing stays a secret forever. Madame Barova, tarot reader, palmist and clairvoyant, is retiring and leaving her booth on the Brighton seafront after 50 years. She needs a rest and a little piece of life for herself. Before that, however, she has to fulfil a promise made a long time ago. In London, it's time for another woman to make a fresh start. Billy has lost her place in the world and discovers something that leaves her very identity in question. Determined for answers, she must follow a trail which might just lead right to Madame Barova's door. In a story spanning over 50 years, Ruth Hogan conjures a magical world of the 70s, holiday camps and seaside entertainers and eccentrics. Young people with their lives before them make choices which echo down the years, and a wall of Death Rider who is part of a love story which will last through time. So, I'm looking forward to getting my teeth into that. Not something I would usually read, but it's really piqued my interest. Now, what else am I looking at? The CS Tarot Plastic, lovely deck. Black crackleback. As I said, plastic. I have tested it out. I did take them into the bath. Yes, I allowed them to go for a swim, and here they are, as perfect as ever. So they are extremely bendy, perfect for riffle shuffling, but single cards are really, really bendy. Look at that, you know, and they just go flick back into their original shape. Do I like them? I actually do. I love them. You can take them to the beach to read. You can, you know, have them in your handbag. The one thing I will say about them, with them being plastic, they're really surprisingly heavy. They do slip, okay. I don't find these as slippery as the Neo Rider plastic decks. That's like trying to shuffle ice cubes. They shuffle nicely, especially riffle shuffling. And here we go, let's have a look. Lovely shuffler. So that's the CS plastic tarot. Now, I had ordered this months and months. In fact, I would go as far as to say not far off a year ago, and it only arrived. It arrived about a month and a half ago. I thought it was never going to arrive, but it did. Again, it's plastic. This is the 100% plastic Rider tarot deck. Okay, that's the box. It's a two-part box. As you know, the CS Tarot doesn't come with a box, and therefore it lives in one of the pouches. This is the plaid backs, and like that, this is also a plastic deck, and yes, it's also a heavy deck to carry. It's out of the two. Let's see. This is also, as you can see, very pliable, and again it bends back into shape no problem, and it's a deck you can use anywhere at any time because it's plastic. It's not going to get damaged. If you're like me and you like to go out on your bicycle, or if you like to go for walks, or if you like to just take yourself off to the beach and take out your cards and sling a few cards, or do yourself a reading, or just sit and shuffle, because I find that very therapeutic. Then you can take these anywhere, but like I say, if you're carrying them in a shoulder bag, do be aware, because there is quite a weight to them. They're, let's see, if I was to judge, I should have a small scales here, but I would say they're both heavy. They're both quite heavy. The rider weight feels a little heavier. Let's have a look. Let's just take to the card. Yeah, the rider weight is a bit heavier. It's a little more sturdier. This is very flimsy. That's flimsy. That's flimsy. But you can even see when I do that, although that shakes, that one, and I'm bending both the same. This is a slightly bit thicker than this one. I think you can see that if I put them together like that. The pliability, there's a little more strength to that one than there is to that one there. You know, but would I recommend them? I'd actually recommend both of them. They're good. They are waterproof, and like I say, you can read them anywhere. Why plastic decks? Because of all the things I've just said. They're just, you know, you can take them wherever you want to go. If you are fussy about having the copyrights on them, on the 100% plastic rider weight tarot, the copyright's in the corner there, you can see that, and it's on the front of all the cards. With the CS tarot, there's nothing on the front of the cards, okay? I like the colour of the CS. It's a little bit more muted. I like the sort of gold colour around the borders. It's not garish. It's muted, and also I like the crackliness in the background. You can see the crackliness there on the background of the card. Yep, I still like this. This is your traditional RWS, but in plastic. Here you go. You can see they're a little bit pixelated in some of them. The background of the Justice card is quite pixelated. If you look there. The yellows stand out nice and bright. Okay. Yeah, it's really nice. Which one did I choose out the two? I would go for the CS Tarot. I think it's slightly lighter in weight. Yes, it is very bendy, very pliable. But like I say, they just flip back into their original shape. So those are two plastic tarot decks that I am very happy to have in my collection. Now, I went to a little esoteric shop we have here in Gorey called Fragrant Haven, here in County Wexford. It's a brilliant little shop. If anybody is watching from Ireland here and live on the East Coast, if you're looking for all things esoteric, that's the place to go. I was drawn to picking out a Radley Valentine deck, which is really quite unusual for me, because I had angel cards a long time ago, and I will admit they do tend to sit on my shelf. But my husband says there's a deck there that you like, and for some reason I was drawn to this deck, and it's the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck by Radley Valentine, illustrations by Dan Craig. It's in the Hay House traditional two-part box. Okay, is it the sort of deck I would usually go for? No. Why did I go for it this time? I don't actually know. I can't tell you. I was just drawn to it. You get the sort of Hay House produced book. It's quite a thick one. I haven't actually read through it yet. And then let's just pick a card at the top here. This is the Six of Earth. It's done in the elements. So you've got earth, air, fire and water, and that's the Six of Earth. Okay, to me that looks more like the Chariot. Cardstock, it's very bendy, but also if you were to sort of bend it like I've just done the plastic, it stays like that. Okay, it doesn't flip back. It's not great cardstock. The images are the sort of thing that you'd see on these angel type of cards, and they have their little bits of information written on the bottom of them. Would I buy them again? Probably not. It suits some taste, as it doesn't. I think I was drawn to it because it's the first Radley Valentine deck that I've bought that doesn't include Doreen Virtue. Now those cards are what 4 or 5 decks I have of those are sitting in my collection because for posterity really, and I wanted to look at these as in comparison. Similar style as in the past, you know, and nice artwork, but I do prefer traditional tarot. There you go. So folks, that's what I have to show you and share with you on the tarot front today. I hope that this video finds you all fit and well, and I'll be along shortly to do book reviews or to have a flip through and have a perusal of things I've added to my library. So take care, have a good day wherever you are, and I'll see you soon.